Hello, welcome back to another Ask Robyn. We are so excited as always to dig into some good parenting questions. This one is a personal question from me. I'm probably a month in to transitioning into childcare, and my daughter is 2.5, and I feel like I've chosen the absolute worst time in her early years to do this transition because she's becoming more knowing. It's that separation anxiety, that stage. But I feel like one of the hardest things in this transition is the guilt aspect. And so I wanted to pick your brains. In another Ask Robyn, we were talking about other caregivers, and you mentioned about the skills that they can bring to your child's life, or how they can make their child's life better. And it's more of a, let's have a therapy session. Let's have a therapy session. Help me not feel guilty about this whole experience for my child.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there are parents feeling exactly the same way. You know, maybe you have to return to work and it's a non-negotiable, and obviously guilt can come up. So what advice can you give me, Robyn, for getting through this hard time?
I think it's really important that every situation is different, and it's you doing what's best for your family unit.
Yeah.
And I think, my daughter Phoebe was a similar age when she went into childcare, and it was the best thing for both of us because I'm not the stay-at-home mum. I tried it for my twins, and if anything, my twins got a grouchier version of me because I wasn't fulfilling me. I was giving everything to them, and they didn't get the best version of me. I feel like Phoebe's being more with childcare educators than my Isla and Hugh were. She actually got a better experience, I feel, because when we reconnected, Phoebe's and I was excited, she was excited. We missed her throughout the day. Where I don't feel Isla and Hugh and I, we were such a close tribe. Primary school became harder, especially for Isla, because she's like, whoa, hang on, I haven't had that practice.
Experience.
Yeah, and so I would just say, look at your situation and what works best for both of you. And separation anxiety is expected. Under the age of 3, your children are biologically designed to crave you. Like it's fine.
And does it start at a certain age?
From infancy, like from newborn.
But I feel like she's only just kind of tweaked into, oh no, mum's not here anymore.
Yes, and it's also, I know your family beautiful too. The other siblings are now at kinder and school on their journey. And when the youngest one, my youngest, she's now feeling lost because her brother and sister have gone to high school. Like we all have these little journeys that in the same year she started childcare, she's also, my sister's gone to kinder and, like all those sorts of things that happen. Like it's a big journey. And so we've got to validate those feelings, but expect that separation anxiety is coming, and expect that it's a really healthy part of development, not to the point of dysfunction. I see some children in my caseload that it's dysfunctional and it's becoming highly stressful for the child. But just, being uncomfortable with, I don't want you to leave today. I'd much rather be at home than at school or work. Like,
how do you know the difference though?
It's whether we can settle.
Okay.
And your educator would be telling you, once you leave, we might blow, bubbles, or we might do like vagus nerve activities, and once you've left, we settle. The children, when it becomes beyond that, they're not settling.
And so is there a time frame to expect, as an example, I dropped my daughter off the first day I did, she took 40 minutes to settle. So is there a normal
unfortunately frame? Not. Like I wish I could give you like a time frame. Every personality is different. So this is where Dr. Billy Jarvie's amazing. His last name's spelled Garvey. He explains you've got 2 personality types, typically, very broad speaking. But we've got dandelions. If I throw a dandelion out into the garden, a dandelion will grow anywhere. Where you've got orchids. If I had an orchid, you'd have to have the perfect temperature, the perfect lighting. And I've got children on each of those.
Same.
My dandelions could easily just get thrown into school and fly by. our orchids need a little bit more nurturing.
Yeah.
You know, they're the ones that we make sure at childcare they have their comfort toy.
Yeah.
And they have their stress management strategies. And we know that they're not going to happily go, bye, Mum. And so we're preparing ourselves for that. But one thing I just don't want you to carry is guilt. Because I think what you're teaching your children is that your needs matter. And that's what I've always taught my kids. Like, I love being a mum, but I love being an entrepreneur, and I love being a wife, and I love being a friend, and my kids have to share me. And I think that's really important for them, because that's what I need, and it's being sort of unapologetic about that and not having that as guilt. When we reunite, like this afternoon, you're going to reunite.
Great. I think it's the guilt is fueling anxiety in the morning, in the lead up. You know, I'm trying to not be anxious, but I think you know, when they say that you're they feel you that energy, and she feels that. So are there any tips that you could give me to help with
so
that
I'll give you there's a vagus nerve handout. We'll put it in the description. Free. Just take the handout. It's got all activities like this. So the vagus nerve is what settles you out of fight or flight response. So you're going into fight or flight response, going, oh, my baby's going into care, and then, you know, your daughter's feeling that, and so they're going into fight or flight response. The vagus nerve, when we tap into the vagus nerve, it settles both of us. It settles you, it settles them. So simple activities is, you know, in the car, we're going to have our pinwheel, and you're driving, so you're not doing this, but your child is, you know, we're going to blow the pinwheel. Rather than say, let's take 10 deep breaths to a 2-year-old, that's not going to happen. But, can you try blow the pinwheel? Or, you know, can we try blow bubbles? Or can we look up for the birds? Like, how many birds can we find? Sing a favourite song. So we sing, it settles the vagus nerve. I do strategies like that for the two of you and send on the morning. But you can validate. I know you're going to miss me, but you're going to have a great day. You get to go paint. You get to do Play-Doh. And this is where my kids worked out pretty quick. At childcare, they get all the play that I don't do.
That's what I keep reminding myself. And I think too, is there a timeline? You know, should this get easier, or should I not set up that expectation? Could this be every drop off?
No, so research sort of shows around the age of 3.5, the children they have an identity separate to you. But we're biologically designed to seek out our caregivers under 3 because we need our tribe to look after us. So I'd be more nervous if the child just wasn't connecting to you at that drop-off point. And so the fact that she's contesting, I don't want to go, I want to be with my mom, like, it's really healthy. It gets better over time. So my daughter, my oldest, she would, drop off was hard to the point where, like, sometimes I just got my hubby to do it because didn't do the same behaviors when my hubby did it, and that helped. You know, not always an answer for some families, but by high school she walks in with her shoulders held high and she's confident because I feel like we've just given her the toolkit. She's had comfort toys at kinder. She's had a little key ring in her pocket that reminds her of us. We've read The Invisible String. The Invisible String is a beautiful book to talk about how I'm still here. I haven't disconnected from you because I've gone to work and you've gone to care. But those little strategies do improve over time. It's getting better. It'll get better.
I know. And the guilt, I think that reminder that she is going to have fun and she is going to get the care, and I won't be giving that to her in the way that I want to if I'm not getting that time for myself. So hopefully my question helps someone else, and thank you, Robyn.
You're welcome. I'll send you the handout.
Yes, awesome.
Try the strategies in the handout. We can keep this conversation going.
Awesome. Bye.